Philadelphia is known for having some very vocal fans, and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Financial Field. Set to go is the kicker, Harrison Butker. And we're underway from Philadelphia. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Hey, Silver. No touch.
Hurts comes out throwing. He's taking a shot on his first play. And what a way to get this one started, but his deep shot falls incomplete.
You know what I like about this shot down the field, Kate? It keeps a defense honest. They know defensively, if we overcommit, we could get burned deep.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down.
Great, set. No touch.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Let's see how the guy know he roughed him up. It cost him that catch.
No touch.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. That's caught for the first. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10.
Great, set. No touch.
Out of the option, he's going to keep it going right. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Hey!
They just keep working it forward early. We've got 1st and 10 now from the 35.
No touch.
They'll motion him out of the backfield.
No touch.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Complete over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
Great, set. No touch.
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he only gets this one down to the 9. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap.
It's a Philadelphia touchdown! Well, he couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Fight on these two.
Mahomes starting off with a throw. To the left and hauled in by Kelsey. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Brought down on the effort by Quinyon Mitchell.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's going to push one deep down the right. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play. Jarrett loose, incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now they need to get 4 on third down.
Yellow. Return.
They'll run it from the gun. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Kansas City sends out its punt team. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. So no return on that punt. And the Eagles will take possession. New slated
Go
downs
Silver,
to
ready?
approach here from the 40.
Great, great, great. Set. Crowd left Yeti. No touch.
First down throwing for Hurts. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the
Crowd left
catch.
Yeti.
No
Great,
dice
great,
on that
great,
prior
set.
pass. Here's second
No
down.
touch.
Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Bronk. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
No touch.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. But if that defense was flying around and making the play.
Trying to force one through there. So that brings up 4th and long. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And that hit at the 5, but got the bounce it needed to reach the end zone for a touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Yellow. Return.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Yellow. Return.
Another try following the sack. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. And the Eagles are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Now, in that spot, Brock, I think his first priority is just getting a throw of some kind of way and avoiding the safety, right?
Yeah, no question about it, Kate. And I know it's so easy for us up here in this comfy booth, armchair quarterback, but you can't ever relax when you're reading the coverage just because you're worried about taking a safety. You still got to stand, you got to deliver, and you got to take care of the football. You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with him in terms of size.
No
They
touch.
tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no
63,
connection to be
63.
made.
63. No touch.
2nd down. Hurts throwing again. And he scores. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take a 13-0 lead. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Right.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They go right back to the air. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
Hey, dribble it, dribble it. Right.
Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. They got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
Yellow. Right.
Pistol now for Mahomes. He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along your route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Attack, attack! 15. Right side.
Third down, it's Mahomes. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. It's a gain of 22. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
57 colors, 57. Return.
Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. The rookie from Florida in on that stop. About set for the second quarter. Chiefs football here. They're advancing it well as they face second down. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. And oh, he got it. Interception. Cooper to Gene in to pick it off.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket,
great.
Man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throw.
He's got it deep downfield. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles stretch their lead to 21. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Yellow. Right side.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That's complete. Isaiah Pacheco. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league. Well, that's when you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and out third down.
Yellow. 15. Right side.
Here's Mahomes. Hauled in by Gray. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. They get 28 out of that play. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. And man, did he make an impact play.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Yellow!
They fake the handoff. Now Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the third row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now third down is so much harder.
And the Birds put their dime package out there. Third down coming up. Throwing from the gun. That's brought in by Hunt. And what a play. He gets there to lay a massive hit and stop him after that catch. It's going to be fourth down.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how. I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Yellow! Hey, Sunday.
Mahomes throwing on fourth. Rolling left, buying some time. That's incomplete on fourth down, and they'll turn over possession.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception.
73.
Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Hey, Silver. No touch.
On first down, Hurts. He lets a heater go deep. He's got it inside the 25. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles were running away so far. We've got a 27-zip game. Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles grow their lead yet again. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Chooses to bring this one out. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Fire down these two.
Here's Mahomes now. Made the throw as he was getting hit block, and it's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
2nd and 10 now. He lets one fly deep downfield. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Eagles get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. They're set up at the 35 now.
No touch it.
Hurts now from the gun. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's
Try
second
to
down.
get it. Great. Set. Delta.
Takes off right out of the read option. Escapes a defender. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Brought to a halt by Brian Cook. 6 yards to pick up there. That's going to bring up 34.
Delta set.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal.
Great. Set. Delta.
Quick throw left side, complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Fielded just shy of the end zone. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Man in motion, headed right. Mahomes on 1st and 10. This one's to Rice out on the right side. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Sidney Brown in on that stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Yellow. Sight.
To the air, Mahomes. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Yellow. Sight.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. It's tipped away, and he's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down. The Chiefs bringing out their punt team. And he doesn't put much height or distance on that one. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Hurts. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. And the Chiefs will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
You know, I know it doesn't show up as a whole lot of return yards on the stat sheet. That's big time. Every single yard is a bonus, setting your offense up for success, and most importantly, taking the ball away and getting off the field defensively.
First down throw, Mahomes. Gets everything he has under this throw. Taking a deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Mahomes trying to get here on 2nd and 10. Able to find Smith-Schuster here. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Hey, 43. Hey, 57.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Catch is made down the right sideline. That's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it, huh? Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have first and goal. Pacheco. He's able to manage a couple on that run. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they could try for some points going into the break. One last play before the break. They'll try and punch it in. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They're out and set, first and 10.
Yellow.
Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So it'll be second down.
Yellow.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. That's incomplete left side.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Hey, color.
Third down, it's Mahomes. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
Yellow.
Hauled in by Rice. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield. Third and 4 coming up now.
Yellow.
Again, Mahomes to throw. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Sidney Brown makes the play. And the Eagles get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
4 picks, 1 game. Hey, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. Up to the races, middle of the field. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles push their lead further to start the half. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. And it's off the mark. The kick is no good, but I think they can spare a point or two given the size of this lead. Probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. Returnable from the 1. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Fight on these two.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running.
That's complete inside the 35. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs put at least a tiny dent into that lead. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. Finds a seam down the middle. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles can cruise to a win, growing that lead further. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles continue piling onto this lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Throwing is Mahomes. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Right side.
The second down throw for Mahomes. Rice pulls it in along the sideline. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things. Separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that separation can create the big play down the field.
He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. That's Nolan Smith there for the stop. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Right. Yellow. Right side.
Looking to throw Mahomes. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So, shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Yellow. Right side.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Hauled in by Gray. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
Right side.
Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Side.
2nd and 13. And they pick him off again. And the Eagles get it as he makes his 3rd interception in this game. The team total is now up to 5, Brock. 5 times they've picked this offense off.
Say it a third time for me, Kate, would you? Twist it out for all the fans of this offense watching at home.
5 interceptions in one game. You just got to marvel at how well they played in coverage from start to finish.
Yeah, this goes beyond marveling. This goes to best-case scenario in their game plan. This is one of those special games where absolutely everything is clicking. These defenders, it's like they're seeing the entire field in perfect 20/20 vision.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Oh, it puts some heat on this deep one. They connect on the deep shot. And he's going to go down right along midfield strike. Give him 32 on that play.
Hey, 73.
And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Alpha. No touch.
They'll go from the gun with Barkley. To the defender. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he can do like we.
It's a Philadelphia touchdown. So as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. He's got a lane up past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Yellow.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock. And physicality just like that a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Trying for the deep ball. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Oh, what a stiff arm. And the Eagles get it back on the final play of the quarter. New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Great. Set. No touch.
First down, a run with Barkley. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it. And that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
Going to the ground again on first. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. Working quickly here. Barkley gets it on third down. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. A gain of 3, and now they're going to be able to plan for first and goal.
That is some old-school brutality. An offense close to a first down, a defense that knows there's a run headed right its way. In a battle of wills, the offense gets it done.
Hurts now from the gun. And he's got it. Has a layout for it, but touchdown. The Eagles are running them out of the building. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles continue adding on to that lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Returnable from the 1. He stopped on the return at the 27. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Intended target there was Xavier Worthy. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Yellow.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. It's a good work to help reset those chains.
Completes this one to Gray. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
He's keeping it. A solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right. And even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the 1st down.
On target to Worthy. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. Pick up a 5 on that play. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st and 10. It's Mahomes. Finds his man Rice. And he gets down to the 24 before he stops. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off with a touchdown.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Carl left Yeti. No touch.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. He's on the move. On the run right, throwing deep down the side. Cut at the 20-yard line. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Great, set.
That last shot took him right down to the front of the red zone. Here's first down.
No touch.
They give to Barkley, left side. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Tiger Hornet. No touch.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. And we shouldn't be surprised as they connect in the end zone for yet another touchdown. The Eagles continue adding to an insurmountable lead. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Eagles tack on 7 more to their lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Yellow. Right side.
Off play action, it's Mahomes. Makes the grab in bounds, left side.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Fight on these two. Right side.
Now it's Mahomes. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Quinion Mitchell. And the Eagles will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
I think it's safe to say his day is beyond repair now, if it wasn't long ago. He just hasn't been reading these coverages at all, and it's clearly not on the same page with his receivers. I think it really is now time to think about his confidence for future games and get him out of this ball game.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
Great, set.
On the play fake, it's Hurts. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And they're not stopping the destruction, partner. That is caught. Touchdown. The Eagles throwing 6 more on the blowout. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
That one splits the uprights, and they'll continue adding to their lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. No return as this bounces into the end zone. The ball's coming out to the 20. and set. 1st and 10.
Right.
Getting right back to it after that interception. Chased out to his right. Completed to his running back. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. The timeout arrives with just 3 seconds remaining in this game, so we've got one more snap coming up. This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. One final shot here. On the move, headed right. And that last pass falls incomplete as this game comes to a close. So it's an Eagles win here in this one. And they're able to run this winning streak to